I am joined right now by Mike Crispi. Mike, thank you for joining me.
Great to see you.
So you're a New York, New Jersey area guy. Tell us about the state of Republican politics in that region.
Well, I mean, we've never seen anything like this. President Trump right now is surging in New York and New Jersey. He obviously had the historic rally in the Bronx, and he had his biggest campaign rally ever in Wildwood, New Jersey. 100,000 people came out for that. Now, the Bronx rally also is pretty historic because what Republican presidential candidates have had thousands of people in the Bronx? What Republican presidential candidates have even attempted to have a rally in the Bronx? It goes to show you that Trump is expanding the electoral map. So in recent polling in New York, President Trump is down 7 points, and then recent polling in New Jersey, he's down as low as 4 points right now. Now, these are states, again, New Jersey, my home state. President Trump lost New Jersey by 16 points in the 2020 election, allegedly. So the fact that he's only down 4 right now in the polling, okay, tells you that it's very much in play. It's very much a swing state, and that's got to scare the Democrats, and President Trump obviously should keep making a push here because he can win New Jersey.
Everybody has their key issue for why they plan on voting the way they're going to vote. What do you think in that region specifically, the tri-state area, is leading to the shift for President Trump? He is from the area, but is it a policy perspective? Is it a policy reason, or is it a personality?
Well, a lot of people, obviously, it's funny you say personality. A lot of people always have been able to resonate with President Trump's personality. It's very New York-centric. You know, I grew up in New York, and my family, we always loved The Apprentice because Trump had that New York attitude, and he's saying, "You're fired." And so
that was pretty good right there. You have that down.
We all like that. I'm from Long Island. Trump is from Long Island. So President Trump's personality has always resonated with New Yorkers. And then secondarily, I mean, the issues right now that are plaguing this country, they're in no way any worse than in New York and New Jersey. Think about it. The illegal migrants that they're busing in and resettling in New York and New Jersey hits those voters the most. The Biden inflation and what they're doing to essentially artificially manipulate the costs of goods and services, just jacking up home ownership value. Mortgages are now more expensive than ever. Food is now more expensive than ever. You saw Trump at the Las Vegas rally waving around the cheesecake menu, Cheesecake Factory menu, okay, right, because it's so expensive. So when it comes to inflation, when it comes to the illegals, when it comes to the fact that people don't want new foreign wars, they don't want new tax burdens added by Biden because the cost of living is so hard. And at the end of the day, they want a system of law and order where it's not being weaponized against political opponents. So I think people, particularly in the New York tri-state area, resonate with it, and that's why you're seeing what you're seeing in the polls.
So does it concern you at all then that they continue to behave that way? Because everything they're doing is to the detriment of their political agenda, yet they continue to do it. And we saw in 2020, everyone said, why is Joe Biden not campaigning? Why is he the nominee? He's such a weak candidate. And then we saw what happened. So how concerned are you about the integrity of the election come November?
Well, it's a number one concern for voters, okay, in election integrity. We know what they did in the year 2020. We know about all the malfeasance that went on. Now, I believe they're attempting to steal the election in 2024 through election interference via the lawlessness that you're seeing with these trials. That's their version of election interference in the year 2024. So you know they're going to do the things with the mail-in ballots. You know they're going to do what they've always done when they shut down the machines on Election Day and play all these games. So the number one thing that I've always said, and I say it in New Jersey, it's actually part of the group that I lead. It's the number one thing we say, and the Trump campaign says it, we say it. If we're going to win in 2024, we need to be too big to rig. Too big to rig means overwhelming the Democrats from every single angle now that we know the game that they play. We know that they bastardize the ballot harvesting stuff. We know what they do with vote by mail, and we know what they do with early voting. And then we know what they do on Election Day with the machines. So now that we know the game that they play and we know how low they're willing to stoop, I believe people are ready this time. I think they're ready, and I think that we're going to vote every single which way in record numbers. You combine that with people really not buying the lawfare rhetoric that is coming out, like they're trying to push that down people's throat. They're not buying it. I think you combine these factors, that's how you overwhelm what they're attempting to do, to have Biden just sit there, make Trump look terrible, and try to get this guy to glide back in 2024, if he's even the nominee.
Yeah, if he is the nominee. Now, let me shift to that then real quick. Do you think he will be the nominee? I know when he secured the nomination, everyone sort of accepted it, but now you're starting to see that conversation come back up. Do you think Joe Biden will be the nominee?
No.
Who will it be in your mind?
I think they're going to switch him out of the convention.
Sure.
I think right now it's so abundantly obvious that this man is in very poor and failing health. And by the way, this isn't a conspiracy. It's just real. There are videos of him out there in appearances where it's obviously manipulated in one way, shape, or form.
Sure.
Like, there's a video of him where they'll call me a conspiracy theorist, but this guy's got his eyes open for 2 straight minutes, no blink. Clearly the video's been edited, okay?
Right.
Another one that came out yesterday that we had of him giving an interview, this was the day after he was falling asleep at that early Juneteenth celebration. This guy has this very weird edit on his neck where it's like somebody was touching up his face in the video from the neck up. My producer of my show said, something's up with this image. This is like bizarre.
Right.
So there's so many of these examples that call you a conspiracy theorist for pointing out, but it's just obvious. A human being cannot keep their eyes open for 2 straight minutes, okay? They cannot not blink for 2 minutes. Am I right?
I agree.
So they're going to swap them out. I think they're going to swap out of the convention, and I still maintain that it could be a combination. We'll see who it could be. But Michelle Obama, Gretchen Whitmer, and Gavin Newsom. Those are my 3 front-running people. I've been talking about Michelle Obama for a while. I still think it's the dark horse. It's like they're like,
Well, they would love
like
that more
ace
than
in the
anything
hole.
because then Barack wouldn't have to hide as much. He would live there. So would that be your top pick?
Well, top pick in terms of bad, right? In terms of
top
like
pick
who's
meaning
gonna be
most
the worst.
likely, not your presidential pick.
Yeah, top pick in terms of what I think the Democrats will do. I still contend that they're going to do a convention swap out. I would rank it Michelle Obama 1, Gavin Newsom 2, Gretchen Whitmer 3.
I think that's safe to say. Now, just going back to New York, New Jersey real quick before I let you go. The margins in New Jersey are usually a little bit closer than they are in New York, but they're pretty much hand in hand the way the people, we're both from there, so we know how the people think. What do you think President Trump has to do to, instead of just close the margin, actually flip it and get over the finish line between now and November?
Well, he's got a great message. I mean, when he was giving his speech at the rally, he was saying to the crowd, listen, I got a message of common sense. These people have a message of lunacy, okay? They want to do these, like, these new capital gains taxes. Why would you want that? They're making home ownership just absolutely unattainable for middle-income families. Common sense that something needs to change. You go to the grocery store, the food prices are up to the roof. Common sense that needs to change. We're starting 3 simultaneous foreign wars. What's that going to do to the economy? Common sense it needs to change. The illegals are flooding in and they're being resettled and given $10,000 debit cards apiece. Common sense. We're not going to take that. So President Trump just keeps doing what he's doing. He comes in with a cool, calm, and collected message of, listen, these people are weaponizing the system against me. You know why? Because it's all they got. Because people like you, the rank and file voters out there, we got a normal message, okay? And the message, again, it's not even that crazy. It's literally just keep America, America. Maintain the republic. Don't persecute your political opponents because you don't like them. And care about the citizens of the country rather than the illegals that you busted in 2 days ago. It's a very simple message. Trump just needs to keep doing it. I think he should have a couple more events from now until Election Day.
I agree.
In New York and New Jersey. And if he juices, I say for New Jersey, for the people in New Jersey out there, if he juices up South Jersey to a historic margin and plays it close in North Central Jersey and skims off 10 to 12% in the area next to New York City, like that adjacent area, literally that's the path. You win the state. So
and if he wins that state, he wins the presidency for the most part, because those are not
100%.
states that they plan on having to be in play and defend.
Yeah.
So, Mike, thank you very much for joining me. This was great. Thank you so much.
My honor. Thank you.